Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on Android with Skyline MMJR. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, Skyline is the best Nintendo Switch emulator on Android, and it just got a whole lot better. We've covered Skyline in the past, we've gone over development breakthroughs, we've gone over performance numbers. A lot of people, myself included, are extremely impressed with Skyline. The development team is amazing. However, there are some people who aren't as impressed. They're looking at frame rates per second in something like Super Mario Odyssey, where it's between 5 and 7 before it crashes. They see that and they say, you know what, that is a little bit slow. Is there an optimized version of Skyline? And the answer is yes. Now, if by chance this is your first time on my channel, MMJ stands for Subscribe to Mr. Sujano, and the R stands for Revamp. That's how you get MMJR. It's absolutely no secret that the main version of Skyline works best on Snapdragon processors, which feature an Adreno GPU. The better the Snapdragon processor, the better your experience with Skyline. Lynx here, developer of Skyline, has had enough of that. They wanted to create a level playing field for everybody no matter your device, while giving you a massive FPS boost. So Lynx says, I knew this would happen one day. In fact, I joined Skyline to take down Adreno. I believe in equality between GPU vendors, and I have been planning ahead for this, so they kind of went rogue here. All GPUs must be equally broken. This is why I'm introducing the innovative Skyline MMJR. There is an APK for it, it's 100% free, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. I will advise you here that this version of Skyline is 100% safe, but it is a little bit hacked up. It's a performance-oriented version of Skyline, it's still experimental, and things might be a little bit broken. When you go to install it, it comes up as Horizonte MMJR. And yes, you can install it, no it's not malware. When you first boot it up, you'll be greeted with this nice screen here. There is some writing in Chinese, I don't know what it says, I'm assuming search. You can see Horizonte Simulatore, I'm not quite sure on how to say that. If you click this settings icon in the top right hand corner here, things are still a little bit rough, but they're completely workable. From here, you will want to click on Fiend Directory. This is where you specify where your Switch games are located. You do have to provide your own. You don't really need to click Tham or Show Type or Always Show Game Information, but I do recommend clicking Show Performance Real Trust. That will show the FPS in the top left-hand corner, so you can get a really good idea of the FPS you're getting. And it says enabled no real survey FPS counter. This menu is a little bit broken. You don't have to worry about the level of wood log chop or the small log big log. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit, this is where you provide your own keys. You do have to provide your own prod and title keys. Prod keys go under professional duction keys, so just click on it. And tilt-related keys are for your title keys. Other than that, you really don't need to change any other settings. MMJR is pretty optimized by default. Next, go back to the main menu. If you've done everything correctly, you should see thumbnails for your games. If your games aren't showing up, double check them to make sure they're okay. If your thumbnails aren't showing up, double check your prod and title keys to make sure they're okay. You can see here I've got thumbnails. The thumbnails are a little bit messed up, but that's completely understandable considering this emulator is still in extremely early access. I'm going to open up Sonic Mania in both the regular version of Skyline and an MMJR here and show you the difference. So this is the normal version of Skyline. We can see Sonic Mania up and running at about 60 frames a second. There were a couple of frame drops here, but everything appears to be running pretty good. And here's the legendary Skyline MMJR. We can see there's a huge performance bump up from 60 frames a second all the way to 14,608 frames a second. That is insane. It completely blows the normal version of Skyline out of the water. Yes, the graphics are a little bit messed up. Yes, the gameplay doesn't look quite right. But at the same time here, does it matter? No, we're getting more frames a second, it's obviously better. In fact, Sonic Mania wasn't the only game to see a massive performance increase. Someone got Celeste up and running here at 26,834 frames a second. Someone else even had Celeste up and running here at over 10,000 frames a second. It's a little hard to see, but that's amazing. ARCR got a heavy hitter up and running here, Super Mario Odyssey at 4,000 frames a second. Take that, Nintendo. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. In this special April 1st video, straight to the point, all fluff and no stuff. Huge shoutouts to Lynx and Mark, Skyline developers, for actually creating Skyline MMJR. Yes, this APK is real. Yes, it's free. Yes, it's safe. And yes, you can download it. And yes, it is incredibly broken, but you can still have fun with it. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.